Hi. Energy is one of my very favorite topics because it's intriguing. Energy is something that we use every single day, and it's something that we generate inside of ourselves. I've been teaching about the chakra systems for probably the last 20 years. So right now, what I'd love to do is to just get you to tap into your own energy just a little bit. And the way that you do that is you take your hands, you rub them together, and that generates energy. That generates heat, friction. It also wakes up your sensory pads in your hands, so you can sense or feel the energy that's between your hands. And if you close your eyes, it takes away the sense of your visual sense, so that you can really get an experience of what you're feeling between your hands. And just kind of let your hands come really slowly together and apart, and see what you can feel between your hands. Some people experience like a push or a pull. You may feel some warmth. You notice my fingers are soft. They're not ramrod tight. If they're ramrod tight, then your muscles are straining, so you can't really experience much. So this is a way of you to feel the energy that's there, okay? Play with this, because it gives you the opportunity to kind of get a sense of what energy feels like in between your hands, which is the loudest way to listen to it. Then you can take your hand and put it on your heart. If you want to see what's happening in your knee, if you've got a sore knee or something's going on, you can take your hands and put it on your knee. You might feel like there's a lot of heat or a lot of cold. And you know, we think of energy as being hot or cold because that's what happens. You turn the heat up, it gets warm. You turn the heat down, it gets cold. Same thing happens in your body. And if there is energy just flowing in your body, if you get aware of your own energy, you can get things so that if they're blocked, you can get them moving. And when energy is moving, then it's a lot more easeful, it's a lot easier to take action and to do things, right? So then we come full circle back to the challenge of doing something for the environment. And you can also do this whole, the whole energy feeling thing with plants, with trees, with anything actually that's living. It's easier to feel the energy off of that. You can also feel energy off of things that are inanimate, but it's pretty like blah. So you can practice with a plant, or you can practice with an animal and see what you feel in the energy of that. Partly just because if you're aware that the energy exists, then you've got an opportunity to be more engaged with it. One of my favorite realizations about energy and plants, and I can't believe it took me so long to figure it out, because I taught biology for a while, right? But the process of photosynthesis is it takes the energy from the sun and it transforms it into energy for the tree to use. So on a really hot summer day, you know, you might want to go in the shade of a building to cool off a little bit, and you go, oh, thank goodness, you know, I'm away from a little bit of that heat, that sun energy. If you go underneath a tree, because the tree has actually taken that heat and transformed it into something else, that it's cool, much cooler under the shade of a tree than in the shade of a building. And when I realized that, I was like, wow, that's so cool, right? Because solar energy is endless and it's clean energy. And I don't want to say if trees can do it, because it's a very complex process. We've also discovered how to take that solar energy and transform it into usable energy for us. So just kind of going, okay, well, what could I do that would incorporate an awareness of energy into loving my energy, getting that energy flowing, loving the energy of the earth, and getting that flowing too. So I'm going to be really curious to see what happens from today, what you discover. You might find that, whatever you find out about yourself or about the environment that is related to energy, and it's all related to energy, then please drop me a line or send me a message. I've been thinking this is the last day of the challenge, day 5 of the challenge, and I'm gonna tap in here in a couple of days and just kind of say what I'm gonna do coming up next, because this has generated an interest in me to say, okay, well, what can I do on a daily basis, either physically, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, or intellectually to I'm just getting a question here. That's amazing. Yay! What if I feel my energy is low? How do I transform my energy? Well, I think that the first thing is if you have low energy, to kind of embrace that in a way. In our society, where, like, you know, you got to be high powered all the time. You got to get out there and raise your energy so that you can do whatever you're supposed to do. And there's also kind of a natural phase of cocooning in the wintertime. Things kind of go inside and hibernate, and so that there can be a pause on having to have high energy just in order to regroup. So if you have low energy kind of long term, then that's something different. If you feel like your energy is low, maybe just let yourself curl up on the couch with a blanket and relax. Yeah, that's what I would say there. Does that answer your question? I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be bigger, better, more. It can be sometimes less is more. Yeah. All right. So, any other questions that you have, please send them out to me, and have a really wonderful day with your energy. Okay. Bye for now.